And we are live. What is going on, everyone? It's your boy Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one. Today, epic VeVe live stream. Today we have another blind box, another comic book drop. Today we have Amazing Spider-Man, annual number 16. Again, it's going to be another tough drop for everybody trying to go for one today. We have 30,000 editions again, total. We have 21,000 editions for the common today, 5,000 editions for the uncommon, 2,350 for the rare, 1,050 for the ultra rare, and 600 for the secret rare today. How we doing live stream? How we doing chat? We got Thomas Conger in the building. Yo, yo, yo. We got James Feelings in the building. I think this is going to be a pretty good one. I do think this is a hodl. Shout out to Comics and Crypto. Gave it a hodl on their hodl or sell video. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure you guys go check them out. I do think this is a hodl. I think it may take a little bit of time to appreciate and value. I don't think people are going to, really rush to get this one right away. I do like the cover art on it. It is another first appearance. So, like I said, I think long term it could do well. But if you're really stressed on gems, I don't think it's an absolute holy grail. But I think if you have extra gems and you're looking for a long-term hodl, I think this is a pretty solid one to add. Not financial advice, of course. I'm going to go over real quick what these all look like. We have the common here. I like the way the common looks. We have the uncommon. I think the red cape there kind of stands out with the black and white background. Got the white and black outline. I think that looks pretty clean. Big fan of this one. I like the way this one looks. I think she kind of pops out there with that background, the kind of space vibe. Big fan of the ultra rare. And the secret rare looks pretty clean. Big fan of the secret rare there. Kind of has that same artistic vibe as the Green Goblin secret rare. How we doing, Simeon? Big Tuna, how we doing, fam? I will be doing another giveaway today as well after the drop today. Shout out to Punch, the winner of the last live stream. He donated another comic book today. So there he is in the building. Got another giveaway today, sponsored by Punch, the last winner of the live stream. So it's always good to have that happen. How we doing, Jay East in the building? I am going to be going over market prices right now. Check out some recent drops, see how they're doing after about 24 hours. But first, let's go over the Mickey Mouse and Friends. I know a lot of people, that was a lot of people's first drop recently, the Lenticular Cards. Shout out to everybody who has the full set of these. I actually do not have the full set. But we're going to go over Goofy, the secret rare, 3.6K. Looks like it's, I think it went up last time I talked about this. I think it was only about 3.2K, so it looks like it's getting closer to 4K again. That's good to see. The rare, let's go over the ultra rare next. Pluto, back up over 1K. I'm glad to see this happen. It was under 1K for a while, about like 900, maybe even dipped to like 800-ish. I felt like that was pretty low. I think being the ultra rare Pluto, I think it definitely will follow up the secret rare as Goofy goes on to 5K, maybe even 10K soon. I think Pluto will follow that one. Then we have rare. Daisy Duck finally up over 500. I felt like that was a pretty good steal right there. It was about 450 for a while. I know it's not the most popular character. I think when you have Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, I think Daisy Duck kind of just gets on the back burner with all these different popular characters. It's not the ultra rare or the secret rare, but it is getting up there, so that's good to see. It looks like these are all kind of moving up a little bit. Then we got Donald Duck, close to 1K. This is one of my favorite ones that I don't have, $935. Then we got Minnie Mouse, the common, getting closer to 600. It's about 589 right now. And then the one that I have two of, Mickey Mouse, just at almost 700, 699. That's good to see. I picked up a 3-digit, a 658 mint of Mickey Mouse for $658. Felt like that was a steal. A 3-digit for $658. And now the floor is at 700. So that's good to see. Definitely good to see that. Shout out to all the holders of that one. The full set there. Let's check out the Lunar Cards. That dropped recently. I'm going to go over the Pain first. The secret rare Pain of stamps. It's only $720. There's 888 of these. I feel like that could be a long-term hold once, like I keep saying, more and more communities, different countries, different cultures come to VeVe. I think that's going to be a good one. I don't see that staying under 1,000 for too long. The ultra rare Pain, 218. The rare Pain, the Tiger, 174. Thought about picking that one up, but I decided not to. The individual stamps, the Year of the Tiger, 45. Year of the Rat, 110. And the Year of the Ox, 42. Jay Zooks, what's going on? What's going on? Ultra Rare is fire. Punch gave us a let's go. Simeon, he sold the Mickey at 570. Hey, I mean, you took profits. It's never a bad thing to take profits, you know, as long as you put those gems to use into something else. I do think I love Mickey. Talking about those Mickey lenticular cards real quick. I love Mickey and Minnie, even though they're common, guys. They're the most popular character out of that bunch, right? Some people will say Donald Duck, and absolutely, I mean, that's another popular character. I think the music on Donald Duck is amazing, but we've seen time after time that VeVe makes the most popular character the common. So I do see Mickey Mouse and Minnie probably getting over $1,000. I don't see any of those cards really below 1,000 long term. Let's go over some more. The dragons that just dropped, I am going to go over these. These didn't do as well as I thought. I think it's more of a long-term hold. I don't really think these will pop until maybe we get Series 2. And also maybe until, like I said, these, I don't think this is really for as many cultures on VeVe right now. I think there's many, many communities that haven't even been able to read the VeVe app yet. So I think when that happens, these drops may do a little bit better. The gold one is close to 1K, 939. I thought it would be a little bit over 1K. Then we have the rare Jade, 266. The Torch Dragon, 148. The common is 116. So pretty cheap. Yeah, I love the Donald. I love the Donald Duck too. The lenticular cards. I think Donald Duck has the best music out of the bunch. Let's go over old trustworthy here. Todd. Todd's still just below 11K. Kind of surprised with that one. 10.9K. We got Rizzo, 17.7K right now, just under 20K. We got FA Joker, dipped a little bit, 1.2K. It's back down a little bit. You got FA Penguin, is that at 1K? It's floating around that 1K mark for a while. It's 950 right now. FA Harley Quinn, still pretty low, 799. Nightwing, my boy, 2.1K. I'm surprised Nightwing's still not up there big time, but I think everything's just down right now a little bit in the marketplace. We got Joe Mad Batman, 1.3K. Batman Who Laughs is 290, dip below 300. Becky's at 2K. Simeon said the paint isn't as bad when I bought Wonder Woman at 1.4K and she went to 900. Let's check out what Wonder Woman is right now. DC Alley. All right, so Wonder Woman is 939 right now. You got Hawk Girl at 329. I don't have Hawk Girl. I do have one Wonder Woman. Supergirl kid version 130. Batgirl on the scooter is 70. I think Wonder Woman's an iconic superhero. I do think that's going to do really well long term. Simeon also said, I just need a liquid because I think there's a big drop coming soon. See, this is kind of like what I think the whole sentiment in the marketplace is right now in the community. I think most of the community is anticipating, like I keep saying, a big drop coming soon. So I think that is the reason why there's not much buying pressure in the market. And anytime we don't see too much buying pressure in the market, that's usually when, you know, things don't blow up like that. It's usually when we have that little lull in the market. If we don't have big drops coming soon, if no one's really expecting a big drop coming soon for a couple of weeks, it really gives the time, you know, the market time to breathe. So check out Superman. Superman, it did dip below 5K. It's 4.9 right now. I'm surprised it is below 5K. I thought it's at least like a 10K collectible right now. I think all the comics are coiled up, ready to pump because we have a couple big catalysts coming for comics. I'm not sure if most people are aware or not, but we are going to be able to put our comics in our showroom coming soon. They've talked about a few different times now. So I think when that happens, I mean, look at the prices on some of these comics, and we can't even show them off in our showroom yet. We can only put our collectibles in there, right? So just imagine when we can start hanging up our comics on the wall. Maybe we get accessories. We can put cases of these comics, maybe show off that mint number on the case, like an actual physical comic. I think when we can start doing these things, also being able to show off the comic on your profile, that's going to be huge. How many secret rares, how many low mint commons are people going to try to show off, right, on their profile? I know I'm excited just to show off the ultra rares, even some of the artwork on them. All different rarities, right? The Stamped Secret Rare is my next top. Is my next cop to complete. Also the J Dragon. These are definitely a long-term hold. Absolutely. Yep. I mean, a lot of this artwork is going to look amazing in the VeVe-verse, and we know that's not here just yet, right? So a lot of these things are kind of just waiting until we can start using more utility for them. AOJD, should I sell Goblin FA, Steamboat Willie uncommon to get a Spidey collectible common? Right off the bat, I mean, I would have to say you're giving up a lot right now. Which Spidey? This is the first ever NFT Spidey. The first ever Marvel NFT, I should say. That is going to be a great collectible, I believe. I would hate to see you pass up on Steamboat Willie, though. I mean, if you have more of them, possibly. But, I mean, FA Green Goblin is one of my favorite collectibles. But really, Steamboat Willie is going to be iconic. I'm not sure about that punch. Punch said, is there a DC drop coming this weekend? I'm not too sure. I haven't heard anything just yet. Best one to buy below 2K, according to you. Not financial advice. Varma. I never give financial advice. There are some things in the market, though, that I think if I had 2K and I'm looking to, maybe to cop in the market, there's a couple of things I would look at. Now, I also think it's really important to collect what you love, because we're going to get so many different drops to where if you go after things that just because someone tells you to go after and you don't really love it, if things dip right away, it's going to be hard for you to hold on to that. So I think it's really important to focus on things that you just love. If I had 2K, I'm going to just ramble out some collectibles that I would look into if I had 2K to spend. Big fan of FA Joker still. Big fan of FA Harley Quinn. I mean, these are some season 1 collectibles that I think will do well. Wonder Woman, that's not a season 1, but it's an iconic superhero. I think Wonder Woman is definitely a great not investment, but just a great collectible. I mean, it's a FA superhero. So when you see another Wonder Woman, we probably will see another Wonder Woman in premium format, like the Captain America is. You have the FA Mighty, and then you have you actually have the Captain America in premium format, not the first appearance. So I think we're going to see that with Wonder Woman again. We'll probably see a premium version of Wonder Woman, not the first appearance. And I think when that happens, that's probably when we see a huge pump with Wonder Woman even more. I don't see how it's under 1K right now. But like I said, I like to focus on these big brands that have, characters, IP, things that everybody knows worldwide for decades. I look at a lot of the Steamboat Willie, uncommon, common. I would look at those. Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse. These are still under 1K. Donald Duck. That ran up a little bit. I'm a big fan of a lot of the Disney collectibles. I think Disney is a huge IP. I think it's a pretty safe bet. Alex dropped a hint for Bombshell Series 2. I didn't actually see that one, so that's why I didn't say that. A lot of people, there's rumors in the community, possibly. A lot of people have been suggesting that. I feel the oddball FA Harley Quinn at 1.4. Now she's 800. Yeah, a lot of people, I think. See, that's the problem. I think it's really important to also study the market. And if you haven't been here for a while, just pick people's brains. See if, because a lot of these collectibles, people rushed in a couple weeks ago to buy a lot of things, and things were at all-time highs. So things have dipped down a little bit, but when they've dipped like they are right now, the floor has been a lot higher than what the floor has previously been. So when things pump again, I definitely expect things to go back up. Like you just said, Harley Quinn was at 1.4K. I think it should be back up there again. Surprised it's not. Deadpool is probably another good one long term. I mean, it's an FA. I think of first appearances of big time characters. Also, I like the DeLorean a lot. I know we're gonna get so many cars in the future, so there's gonna be people who just collect vehicles, right? Just collect cars. Car collecting is a huge industry, and I think we haven't even really seen the floodgates open on that just yet. We've only got a couple cars on VeVe so far, and as we get more and more cars, people are gonna want the first ever vehicle. The DeLorean checks off so many boxes for me. I wish I still had a bunch of them. Um, because it's a season 1 collectible, it's the first interactive, and it's the first vehicle, first car ever on VeVe. So I think, DeLorean is going to be a pretty safe bet long term. And obviously, we're going to see cars that look better, right, aesthetically wise, even though I think they did an amazing job. It's just the way the DeLorean looks. It's not going to look like a Lambo, right? But that's kind of what gives it that appeal, because it was the first car ever. It's that old school vibe, right? So good morning, JD, her Johnny D, and my homies. Let's get this. I have my dry streak today. Let's go send this to Trip. Haven't seen you in a while, my man. How we doing, fam? How come Catwoman is limited to 2 per account and others keep buying like 20 of them? I kind of like limiting how many you can buy. Catwoman's price has been healthy. Yeah, so Super Rush. The reason why there's a limit is because it matters how many you can buy from the actual store. They're all sold out from the store now, so you can only buy them in the secondary market. So right now you could actually buy way more than 2 in the secondary market. You could right now buy 5 or 10, however many you wanted. It's just when they were still in the store, there was a limit, only 2 per account. And I wonder if they're going to do that in the future with more and more drops happening. It'd be interesting to see if they do keep it a limit. But things sell out so quick now to where there probably isn't really a need to do that, because how many people are getting more than 1 or 2 right now, right? But back then, I think they did it because there just wasn't many people on the app. Things didn't sell out. You were probably just joining Super Rush, so I'm not sure if you're aware or not, but things didn't used to sell out as quick as they did. For example, the very first comic drop, the Marvel Comics #1, people got 15 comics on the drop. I think I got like 8 comics on the drop. You could just hit buy now, go back, hit buy now. You got time. Now it's like, boom, oh, sold out. It's unbelievable. So things have definitely changed quick. Let's see. Mickey Mouse and Friends, the Altogether now ultra rare. It's going for 7.2K. Uncommon, just under 1K still. Yeah, 979. The common's going for 820. I think the common's probably a good value play. If I had a bunch of gems, I'd probably scoop up another common or uncommon, but common's pretty low right now. I only have one of each of those sets, or yeah, one of each in that set. Coca-Cola Snow Globes, the secret rare is 1.5K. I think that touched over 2K at one point. I have all of these except for the secret rare. The rare is going for 185. Uncommon's going for the 100. And the Polar Bear common's going for 171. Captain America, not going over the Mighty, just the premium version. Secret rare is 4.1K. Like, here's the thing. If this Captain America secret rare was a first appearance, secret rare premium format like this with the animation, right after the Spidey drop, and I see this one probably being the floor of 10 to 20K easily. Probably like 20, 25K, to be honest. But I think that FA tag getting removed kind of hurt it a little bit. I think long term it's going to be fine because there's only 1,000 of these. The animation looks amazing. And the fact that it's a $400 retail collectible is unbelievable. So I think there's a lot of room for growth in that one. But again, I'm not saying to go get that, because I think there could be a lot more collectibles that would be more optimal to get in that one. I'm just going over the prices right now. Ultra rare did dip back down below 1,000, 880 right now. The rare's at 223. Uncommon at 130. Common at 130. Common at 130. Uncommon at 130. Let's go over some comics. Fantastic Four. We'll start with the secret rare. Secret rare up to 14.5K. Shout out to all the secret rare holders out there. Ultra rare Fantastic Four, 868. Surprised that's below 1,000. I do have an ultra rare. The rare Fantastic Four is 433. Uncommon is 219. Common is 164. I think a lot of the ultra rares are slept on right now in the comics. Like I keep saying, we're going to be able to show these off on our profile soon, in our showroom soon. And this, as the secret rares keep going up in value, the ultra rares, I think, will follow that. The rares will follow the ultra rares. The uncommons will follow the rares. I think the commons are great. I think the low mint commons, 3 digits, are going to get out of reach. People are going to want that physical counterpart. Or replica, I should say. Where's Marvel Comics #1? Commons up to 417. The uncommons at 520. The rares at 999. Just under 1K. Ultra rares at 2.3K. Just dipped a little bit. Was at 3K. And the secret rares at 72K. This is what I mean by undervalued, right? Like the secret rares at 72K. And the ultra rares at 2K. Like what? Yeah, I hope that helped that question, Super Rush. I don't think that's a bad idea. I mean, you're selling a Disney Golden Moment first appearance for a Disney first edition. I think Wally will do great, though. It's really tough to sell those Golden Moments. I think all of them are going to do amazing. But I think you'd be putting them to good use, at least, by getting 2 first editions of another Disney character. I don't think Daisy is as valuable, though, as popular as... Well, Daisy and Wally, I mean, this is a tough one right here. I think Daisy has a lot of room to grow. So this could be a great timing play because I think Daisy's super undervalued, not financial advice. And then there's a chance that Daisy could pop before Wally, I think. Just because I think, the hype is still around the cards a little bit. You might get away with being able to time that. Buy 2 Daisies now. Daisy gets to 1K. Let one go. Maybe get back into Wally. Like, you can do a lot of things, I feel like, with that. That's an interesting one. I think it would increase your collection, too, just because you don't have any of those lenticular cards. I think it would be a good, way to diversify a little bit to get into those cards. I think those first edition cards, I only have 1 character of them. I have 2 Mickeys right now, but I think they're going to be great. Junior Sanchez. Jerry's in here. Let's go. How are we doing, Jerry? Jerry, I never entered that Discord either just yet, by the way. But I will eventually, my man. Morning, JD. Good luck, everyone, today. Love the Disney Dragon Girl in your vault. Let's go, Rich Day. You saw that? I was just messing around in my little yoga meditation center room I got going here. And I had the gold bases of those Disney Golden Moments as like floor mats. And one's completely still down to the floor like a floor mat. But I had a second one, and I was like, you know what if I raise this a little bit? Have like a little desk going, like a gold desk. And then I put the Dragon Girl on top of it. I'll show you guys. I got Soprano commenting right now. Shout out to you if you're watching the live stream. It turned into what looks like a Disney Golden Moment Dragon Girl. I don't know if you guys can see that right now. There we go. I kind of just moved the base down because Dragon Girl has the black base on it. And I felt like it just looked cleaner by matching it perfect with the gold. I don't know. I just like messing around with my room like that. Coffee gate time. Almost that time, Jerry. Almost that time. Cheers to everybody drinking their coffee today. Get those fast twitch muscles going in your fingers. I don't know if this comment's real or not, but Alex Papas Vas, you should let us know your username on VeVe as well. I hope your username is something like that. Some of the comments in here are so crazy. Seasonal items, it will pump again and will definitely push next Christmas. Don't you think Coca-Cola is so cheap compared to the others? Not sure why. Yep, send this trip. Just answer this. I think that's a great response, Trip. Seasonal items, I think they'll definitely get their chance again, especially when we get, say, next Christmas. Like those Christmas stamps. I have a feeling, obviously, everybody else does too. Every Christmas, we're probably going to get those stamps, right? A different variation of artwork. So we'll have, those St. Nick stamps series 2. That's probably when these stamps will pump. It's probably going to take some time for these Christmas stamps to go up. The Coca-Cola snow globes. I would think those snow globes will probably start to increase in value once we get more Coca-Cola drops. Coca-Cola is such a huge brand. People are going to want to collect all Coca-Cola gear, whether it's snow globes or whatever else they drop. So I think the snow globes will probably pump quicker than waiting until next Christmas again, just because it's tied to Coca-Cola, a huge brand. So I think once they drop another whatever it is, that's probably when those snow globes will pump. Simeon, this is just the psychology of the market. He says, or Simeon says, it's funny because when there's a pump, it seems like it'll last forever, and when there is a retraction, it feels like it'll never end. That's facts. It does feel like that. Now, it's important because it's important to know that that's not the case, obviously. Nothing lasts forever going skyrocketing, and nothing lasts forever dipping, right? It's just the ebb and flow of the market. So this is the time now a lot of people are looking at as like an accumulation period. Those collectibles that you really, really love, this may be the time to kind of stock up a little bit on them. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm just saying if you do believe in something and it dips, that's typically when the accumulation period is. There's a little bit of fear in the market. Morning, Green Goblin. How we doing, fam? Afternoon, Mr. JKD Rob. Omi Queen, how we doing, fam? How do you feel about the prices of Secret Rare Spidey 2099? Overvalued at 3K gems, or is this a good time to buy? Hoping it can reach 10K at some point. I would say the real great time to have bought this collectible was when it dipped to like 1.92K. But I don't think anybody knew the exact bottom, right? I felt like that could have been an opportunity. But again, we didn't know if that was going to dip down to 1.5 or how low. I think at 3K right now, let's see. Is the market sloping? It is. We got 2 more minutes left. Let's see if it's at exactly 3K. Green Goblin's at 873. That's gone up a little bit. I'm glad to see that. I think that's a 1K collectible. So it is exactly at 3K. I think long term, yes. Short term, maybe it does dip back to like 2.5K. I'm not positive on that. I think the first Secret Rare of the Mighties, it'll do well for sure long term, in my opinion. But like I said, there's not too much buying pressure in the market right now. People are kind of on hold at the moment, I feel like, anticipating big drops to come, even though we have no guarantees of anything just yet, of a big iconic IP drop or anything. So I would say keep an eye on it. If it was me, I would see if it does dip a little bit to like 2.5-ish again. But again, it did just already dip to like 1.92K. So I'm not sure if it's going to dip again. Market is closed now. Closed a minute early. Dang it. But I think long term, yeah, I could see it easily going to 5K if it doesn't hit 10K. But again, Superman's at 5K right now, which is so surprising to me because I feel like Superman is an iconic superhero, should easily be more than 5K right now. So maybe if you had 3K, me personally, I would rather have a Superman. It's about the same price, a little bit lower. But again, if you're collecting all the Mighties, I think this is a good one to get. And when you look at long term, it's kind of tough because you say, you know, is it really worth waiting, debating that $300, $400, $500 if it goes to 5 to 10K? It's tough because it just ran up a little bit. If it was a couple of days ago, might have been a good time to pounce. Long term, I would say yes. Short term, I would say maybe it could dip a little bit. I think this is probably being slept on right now. Marco Garland. He says, what is your opinion on the first appearance of Falcon in the comic? I think this is a good one to get. Long term hold. I think it's going to be a lot more popular character moving forward. Could be wrong on that. I'm not the comic expert. I would definitely, you know, look into Sleeping Comics, Comics and Cryptos, all those guys. But I feel like for me, comics in the showroom, it's going to be huge. Could you imagine that? That's one thing, Jerry. You know, Alex did say a couple of weeks ago now, after the last AMA, that comics in the showroom coming soon. And now with this AMA, everybody's kind of, you know, upset. The mood in the community is kind of, I want to say toxic right now, but, you know, everybody's not as happy-go-lucky as we once were before, I think, because of all the issues that's going on. And I think being able to put comics in the showroom, I think it'll help out the situation a lot. I think it'll make people happy. It'll be, you know, a good feeling in the community. We get to show off all the artwork in the showrooms on our profile. I hope that's the case, Jerry. I think that'll be a good thing for the community. Unless you were boycotting the comics, and then you'd be kind of upset. Under 1,000, what would you do? Cash in, cash out is the name. The Mickey Mouse Common Rising. Yeah, I show sneakers. That's a great one to get. I mean, disclosure, I do have 2 of them. Good thing I held. Yeah, I think that's a really good one to get. It's Mickey Mouse. It's a Mickey Mouse first edition. Think of that. We've already seen Mickey Mouse first appearance with Walt Disney, and that's 47K. And now we have the first ever Mickey Mouse first edition. I know it's a lenticular card. I know there's not Walt Disney tied to it. That is going to play a factor. I'm not saying it should be up there with Walt, but I just feel like it's undervalued big time. Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck. I think the Secret Rare will do great too. It's the first Disney Secret Rare first edition. I think the cards are just slept on overall. I think in then maybe another week or so, I don't know how long it's going to take, maybe another month or so. I think all these cards will be over 1,000. So I don't know how high it's going to go, but I like the cards. Let's go, Jordan C. My account is free. Thanks for all your help. Hope for banned users and a message to the haters. I was innocent all along, and are many others. Let's go, Jordan. Well, I'm glad you got everything situated, my man. I'm glad you were patient. I hope everything, you know, I hope you're respectful to everybody the whole time. I mean, you came on here pretty respectful, so I appreciate that big time. You weren't coming on here spamming or anything, so I appreciate that, man. I'm glad everything worked out. VeVe team is hard at work, so, you know, I appreciate that. I'm glad it all worked out, my man. Message to the haters. Don't forget to hit the like button for the stream. Appreciate that, Just Led. Uncommon Spider-Man or uncommon Ben Riley Spider-Man? Ooh. All right. Uncommon's going to do well, Ben Riley Spider-Man. It's an FA. And there's just not a lot of editions of them, right? The scarcity of that. It's going to do well. So maybe short term, that could probably maybe pump up once the market pumps again. But I think long term, it's pretty safe to bet on the first ever Marvel NFT. So if I was me personally, not financial advice, I think long term on things, I try not to play the timing game. But if I was to play the timing game, me personally, I would probably maybe try to go for the uncommon Ben Riley and hope it pumps first. But I think long term, safe bet, uncommon first ever Marvel NFT. Is Ben Riley a good buy at $5.95? Is that the uncommon? I do think both are great buys. Not financial advice. Everything I say is not financial advice. It's just my opinions. If putting myself in, you know, the shoes, if I had that money and I was looking at that. Knight Rider. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Knight Rider. I haven't been in Discord as of recently, so I haven't heard him say that. But that's what people in the community are saying. So can't confirm or deny. I've only been hearing it from you guys. Morning, Sway Collects. Yep, good luck on the drop. Should be another tough one. Think it's going to sell out instantly. I don't know if I'm going to get this one in the marketplace, another 3-digit. It depends how cheap they are. If they're extremely cheap and I can snag one for like $50, then I'll probably just snag one. But if they're like over 100, I'll probably just pass on this one. My gem count's not very high right now, so not really looking to spend too many gems. Yes, sir. Welcome, Tony, to the live stream today. Again, if anyone's got that Todd McFarlane Funko Pop, you can thank Tony. I know I put it out there in the community, told a bunch of people. Comics and Crypto put a post out there and everything. But it came from Tony. Tony was the one that let me know that I let other people know. So anyone who's got that Funko Todd McFarlane Pop, and they can thank Tony. Tony's the man. Oh, let's see. Good morning. Good luck, everybody. See Spill in the building. Good morning. What do you think about the new comic dropping today? Should I keep long term? What's going on, MV Assassin? Shout out to Comics and Crypto. They did put out a hodl or sell video today. I always shout out peep it before I start my lives. They did give it a hodl. I do think it is a hodl. I do think it is, though, probably more of a long-term hodl. I don't know how well it's going to do short-term. I think it could get kind of overlooked short-term. So I don't know if there's going to be a real rush to get this one. Secret rares may go up in value a little bit, but I'm not too sure if it's going to pump right away in the short term. I think long term, it's another great first appearance. Snoop Dogg's funny, man. I'm glad to see him in the NFT space. I think it's going to help get the whole hip-hop industry even more familiar with the space. We see a lot of other hip-hop heads come into space now, too. I think it's just going to go more mainstream. I think Snoop Dogg will eventually find VeVe if he's not already in VeVe. Shout out to Snoop if you're watching the video. We're going to start to see all kinds of crazy people. I mean, we already see tons of celebs in here now and pro athletes. Rudy Gobert, NBA player. Shout out to you, my man. From the Utah Jazz, probably Donovan Mitchell, right? Probably Steph Curry. You know, we're going to see a whole bunch of celebrities come in here now. I'm not too sure on that Green Goblin. Also, we see the Ghost Spidey run up too. I saw a lot of people trying to stack those. I think that was a good stack. Everyone subscribe to the channel. Let's get JD to 3.5K subscribers. Let's go. Jerry's the man. Appreciate you big time. Harv trying to make a sale. It says low mint Throg, 904 mint for 95 gems in the market. Someone want to pick it up. You know, I will say something about that Throg right now that probably will make it do well. But for disclosure, I don't have the full set anymore. I only have the common and uncommon, or the two lowest rarities. I don't have the rare anymore, the ultra rare. I don't have that final piece. I got that on the drop and I did sell it. But that's, I think, technically the first appearance of Thor's hammer. So I think that could be a big deal long term. I do think that one could be good, but only really mainly for that reason. I wasn't too hyped on Throg before that. I think Throg will become a little bit more of a mainstream character as the years go on. But I mean, the market is closed right now. Let's go. Jordan C, congratulations. JD helped me and also got my account back after 2 months. And this is so important. If innocent, reach out to JD is the best move. Let's go. I mean, I try to do what I can. You know, I don't have any like magic powers too much. I just, you know, send it forward and hopefully we can get it resolved. Appreciate that big time. This one's probably a longer hold, meaning I don't really think the common Imperial Dragon, I don't really see these Imperial Dragons doing amazing short term. I love these though. I love all of the rarities. I like the Jade, the common, probably the Torch Dragon the best. I do have one of the Torch Dragons. That's why I got it, because I love the way it looks. I do like the all golden one too. I wish the all golden one had the eyes. You could see that. I feel like it's kind of just missing that. But just my personal opinion. I think it's more of a long-term hold. 115 gems, I think that's pretty low, but I don't really see it blowing up with all these other drops happening until maybe we can, the interoperability happens. We can send them to IMX wallets. We can send them to Immutable X. There are wallets over there. Sell them for Ethereum, maybe OMI, because that's an artist collectible, so that will be one of the first interoperable ones. That's definitely got something going for it. And plus, I think these drops, along with the Lunar New Year stamps, I think it was more geared to different communities, different cultures, different countries that may not even be able to read the VeVe app in their language just yet. And I think they're big fans of this kind of artwork and just these drops. So once these different countries start coming on the VeVe app, that's when I think these will start to explode a little bit more. And I say long-term hold because I don't know how long that's going to take to happen. I would assume sometime this year, but we don't know if that's the end of the year. And with so many different drops happening, that could fall back on the like the back burner of a lot of people, I feel like. KJ, good luck, good luck. 17 minutes, 55 seconds to the drop. I'm going to go over these covers one more time. Here's the common cover. I like the way that one looks. The uncommon. The rare. Looks pretty clean. The black and white drawing, the outline. Big fan of this one. This is probably my favorite one, the ultra rare. Big fan of that space vibe in the background. I feel like she just pops. Digging the hair. My hair is so curly too. And then we have the secret hair. The secret hair, I just said. The secret rare. Big fan of the secret rare too. I like the cover art on that one. Yeah, comics have been rough for me too, Blood Eagle, except for the comic book arc. When we had that comic book arc, the first one ever on VeVe, 1 through 6, I destroyed them. If you guys want to take a look at those drops, I was like 0 for 8, 0 for 10 heading into part 1. My confidence was not great. I'm probably going to go rewatch them actually after this live stream because I hit 50% of those drops. And then I hit the Batman and the Croc FA right after that too. So I feel like I was doing terrible on the drops. Oh, not terrible on the comic drops up until that point. And then once that week hit, after that, the comics I've been struggling big time. So hopefully on this drop, I get some good luck with these comics. Again, I'm not going to try to spam it. I am just going to go with the timing technique once again. Super passionate, super promise, and another community. Positive vibes and humility goes a long way. JD is the truth. That's a fat punch. Let's go. Super Bowl halftime show will be epic. They're going to flex their bored apes on the Jumbotron, bro. The world will all know. I mean, I guarantee it. Eminem has a bored ape, right? Shout out to all those holders out there. I think, it's just a matter of time before the whole world realizes what this is. I mean, mainstream audience, they're going to want digital collectibles eventually. And they're going to want their favorite superheroes, athletes, iconic brands that they grew up loving for decades that already has hundreds of millions of fans. Batman, Superman, Spiderman. That's what the world doesn't realize, right? We are so early, guys, to not only just VeVe, but NFTs. People hear NFTs right now, and they think of $1 million crypto punks or bored apes, and they look at that from the outside. Obviously, we know we have the utility. They own the rights to the IP. There's so much more that comes with it. But from the mainstream narrative looking at that, they say, I'm not paying millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands for a picture of the monkey or the ape, right? Obviously, we know, like I just said, there's more that comes with that. But I'm just saying from an outsider's perspective, they're going to see that and say, no, I want to collect Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. I think VeVe is going to help get mainstream into the NFT space. And then I think as they get into the space, then they might venture off, maybe go find some artist collectibles that aren't on VeVe, that are on OpenSea and these different platforms. So I really think that as many of these people that kind of, talk bad on VeVe, I think VeVe is going to help so many other projects out there. JD's, what's going on, Drew NFTV? Let's go, the fam. Yeah, the AMA is going to be spicy. I think they're going to, address a lot of things. Also, guys, you have to realize that they're probably not going to give all the details of what's going on, because if they're investigating things, they're not going to tip off people, right? That's probably why they haven't talked about it too much. So I definitely think they're going to address some issues. They're going to answer some questions that are much needed. But I think they're doing a lot of work behind the scenes right now. So this is a time to where, as they say, you got to trust the process, right? You guys are here because you believe in the team. You've done your research, most of you, I hope. You've been looking into who David Yu is, Dan Crothers, Alfred Kahn. When you're partnering with Disney, when you have the Disney license, the Marvel license, the Givenchy license, right? They look into this company and they make sure that they're going to be here for a very long time. This isn't some kind of quick, capitalize off the NFT moment, buzz off the hype. They've been starting this. They started this since 2016. So from 2017, 2018, 2019, they knew where the world was going with the whole digital collecting space. It's just time is finally perfect time now. The universes collided. Everything is just working out in the perfect time. NFT, the buzz that is all-time high. They just launched publicly January. Things are just getting started. What's your 1-year price prediction on Steamboat Really Common? Whew. Definitely over $1,000. And it's not even over 1,000 yet. I'm surprised it's not over 1,000 yet. In 1 year from now, it'd be hard to see that under 5K. In my opinion, only. The common, the uncommon, the first ever, because this is series 1. We're going to see, just like we see in the Batman series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way 1 through 100. This is Mickey Mouse NFT collection series 1. Series 2 is going to happen. Series 3, maybe series 4 is colored Mickey, right? Mickey in color. Maybe series 5 has Mickey in his Fantasia hat. So there's going to be a whole bunch of lines of Mickey. And it's going to be important to decide, what are you going to go after? I think that's why people are going to start to kind of hyper focus. I think Pirates talked about that a few different times. He's been questioning, do you do that? Do you hyper focus? There's so many grails out there. We don't really know the right answer. So that's why I think it's important to collect what you love. Because right now we're kind of getting grails from all over the place. And people are kind of questioning, is it better to get just all of one thing? Nobody really knows because we're not in the future. But if you collect what you love, I don't think you can go wrong with that. I've never got a drop going for over 20. Just seems pretty impossible at this point. Mr. Best, it does seem impossible. Even rebounds seem impossible until you finally get one, and then you realize, wow, rebounds are a real thing, and it happens. Just keep trying. And I would say if you don't want to keep trying, it gets frustrating, you don't want to hear that, then maybe don't even rely on the drops. I don't want to tell you to put in money if you don't have that much money. I'm not a financial advisor. But for me, if I wasn't able to get the drops, I would just make the moves in the marketplace. That's what I had to do in season 1. Most people don't realize I didn't even stream season 1. So most people didn't see this, but I was struggling big time on the drops. I was getting a lot of drops or getting a lot of collectibles because I was buying a lot in the marketplace. Spent a lot of money in the marketplace season 1. And then season 2, I got a lot better. It was the Comic-Con drop in season 2. That's when everything kind of changed. And after that happened, I took off and I started getting all these drops. Not all these drops, obviously, but a lot more drops. So I would say, you can make moves in the marketplace. If you're not getting the drops, that's usually where things happen. That's why it's so important to study the market. Study the ebb and flow of things. They need to flex VeVe at the Super Bowl, big event, NBA Finals with Pokemon launch. Wow, Omi Blair won. Could you imagine that? Yup, Justin Bieber bought a Bored Ape, 1.2 mil. That's cheap for someone like him. That's a fact. Could you imagine what he's going to pay for the first ever Batman? First ever Superman? First ever Spiderman? Like what? The first ever Givenchy? Mr. Locknet. Hey, Johnny Test. What's going on, Mr. Locknet? Aha, here we go. Here's the question. When you use the timing technique, you click 1 second after the timer hits 0? I do. So that's probably what confuses a lot of people. So I'll show you. Hopefully it focuses up and we can see. All right, it's not working. It's not focusing up for me. I wanted to focus up so I can show you. It's not working right now. But yep, I click 1 second after 0. I made a YouTube video on it a couple videos ago. So if you want to take a look at the timer and how I do it. So I start thinking of like the timer. I count down in sync with the countdown. About like 10 seconds to go, 5 seconds to go. And I try to stay in rhythm with that. And the reason why I try to stay in rhythm with that is because I try to predict when 1 full second is going to come up. As soon as the timer hits 0 minutes, 0 seconds, that's when people usually click. But I think that's too early. 0 seconds and 0 minutes left is really like 1 second left, I think. So that's why I wait 1 second. That's when the buy now button pops up. And some of these drops, the buy now button's already there, and it just is like clickable 1 second after. So, like I said, I wait until about 5-10 seconds left. I start counting down in my head. I stay in rhythm. Think of it like a quarterback throwing a pass to a wide receiver. If you've ever played sports, Marco, a quarterback's not going to wait until the wide receiver is wide open to throw it. It's probably going to get picked off then. He won't be open. So it's kind of like a timing route. The quarterback's going to throw it to the wide receiver right before he's open, right before he breaks. So I'm pressing the buy now button right before I even see it. Sometimes I'm too early and I kind of mess things up. If you're too early, you usually have no chance at all. Sometimes you can kind of like hurry up and click again, but most of the time you won't get it if you're too early. That's why it's like risky almost. But if you can get that down, then it's going to help out big time. It's not a guarantee. There's some times where I've timed it perfect and I'm like, let's go, I got it. And I end up not getting it. I think the more times you can time it perfect, the more consistent you'll be at least. So hopefully that works. Hit the like button, people. I am going to run a speed test right now on my phone. People always ask me, what's my speed? So I'm going to run a test right now. Yeah, facts. Yep, Snoop, Dre, Eminem, all of them. And Snoop's got Land in the Sandbox as well. He's going to have Land in the VeVe one day. C-3PO is a good hold. I do think that's a great hold because that's the first ever Star Wars. I think R2-D2 is going to be a little bit better, but I think C-3PO is going to follow that for sure. Follow R2-D2 always. There's going to be people who collect all the Star Wars collectibles, right? And be a master collector of Star Wars. When Darth Vader drops, Luke Skywalker, they're all going to do amazing. It's just going to push the price up of these collectibles, I believe, of C-3PO and R2-D2, because these are their first Star Wars ever. So as more and more Star Wars collectibles come out, that's when I see these really taking off big time. So my download speed is crazy fast right now. I don't think that matters as much as upload and the latency, though. 448 download, 37.7 upload, 11 ms. I focused up perfect, so let's see if this will focus up. The timer. Oh, there we go. All right. Wow, what? All right, this is probably what happened to tabs. See how fast that's going? I'm going to back out and come back in. This is why I like to reset my phone. Or this is where I like to go back out. See, yeah, exactly. Tabs, that's probably what happened to you, my man. Like when you're on that screen for too long sometimes, and then you come back to it, it'll be shooting down like that. So I'll go back out. I'll come back, hit this button. Oh, go to the store tab, come back out, and then hit here, and then come back. And then your timer should be like reset. And now it's counting down normal. So I'm going to wait until the seconds go all the way down to 0, and I'll show you guys my strategy. What's going on, Kelvin? How we doing, fam? R2-D2 is a sleeping giant. It's at 8K, but we haven't seen nothing yet. I agree. Tasmanian in the building. All right. So I'm going to act like there's 0 minutes left. I'm going to start counting down in my head. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Click. I probably would have been pretty close on that. I know it kind of lost focus right there the last couple seconds, but hopefully you guys can kind of see as soon as 0 hits, I'm waiting that full second, and like right before it changes, I'm starting my click because I know I'm human, even though I always say I'm alien. I'm human, so like if I was to react to it, by the time I see buy now pop up and then I click, it's going to be like a little bit of a gap there. It's probably going to be slow. So in order to get there quicker than what probably 99% of the people are doing, just reacting to it, or people spam it too, and that's why sometimes they get in faster just because they're just spamming it. But again, that's kind of like just luck. I don't like relying on that because you don't know when your thumb's actually clicking down. So for me, I feel like I'm just sniping it. You know, just one tap. That's all you need. Sometimes you're right. Sometimes you're wrong. For me, like my hand-eye coordination's always been probably one of my strengths growing up. I've always been an athlete, so that helps me. If you're not into this, if you don't like trying to time it perfect, maybe you have better luck spamming it. People say spam doesn't work anymore, so I'm not positive. I'm just telling you guys the way I like to do it. It's helped a lot of people, so maybe it helps you. But like I said, I wait that 1 second after 0, and then I'm starting my click. One thing that I think I've done too before is like if I'm too early and I can feel myself too early, I'll make sure I'm like holding down a little bit and then letting go. Because I feel like I think it is like as soon as you let go. So most of the time I just try to time it perfect and boom, tap it. But if I can try to feel myself going too early, I'll make sure I have like a strong press. So I let go kind of later to overcompensate being too early, if that makes sense. I know that's crazy to think about in such a short amount of time, but if you can kind of get your mind ready for that, it can help. It doesn't always work. Again, this is just trying to increase your odds. Milestone Ranch ordered my physical tie last night. Let's go. Shout out to Todd gang up there. When you get that tie in the mail, you're going to say, wow, what did I order? This is huge. Austin, well, for first time on stream, hope did a comic drop. I never seem to get lucky. I can't tell if line gate works or just single click. Hopefully that demonstration just kind of helped you, Austin, just seeing your live chat right now. So if that does help you, amazing. If it doesn't help you, I'm sorry it doesn't help out. I did post a video on it a couple of videos ago, so if you want to check that out, hopefully that tutorial can kind of help as well. I try walking you guys through my mindset, basically. I definitely see more Star Wars coming in the future, for sure. Yeah, it's a great way to look at it, Paz. Exactly. We got 1:15 left. I'm not sure about that, Drew NFT. I think the full set of the Golden Moment holders will get some kind of airdrop or utility added, maybe like a year anniversary gift. December Bitcoin. How we doing, fam? 1 minute left. Are you human, though? No, I'm not. I'm half alien. Shout out to Invisible Friends, Twitter 400K. Shooter in the building. Amon Asai, wishing everybody good luck. You got 49 seconds left. Cheers. Coffee Gators. All right, I'm going to record this. Again, guys, like right now, I'll probably back out and come back in. Yep. 30 seconds left. One more time. Boom. All right. 25 seconds. Like right now, I feel like my time is pretty on right now. I have a bookmark saved by accident. I don't want that to happen. For some reason, it's just saved in my bookmarks. I don't want that, but oh well. All right, 10 seconds left. I'm kind of nervous. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Click. Nope, it's too late. Wait a second. Nope. Dang it. See, like that time I was too early. I tried clicking again, and I was too late. Man. So in order to get a rebound, if you missed the drop, if you did not get it, and said all allocations are given out, stay on the screen. If you stay on the screen, you're able to get a drop. If you leave, you probably won't be able to. Now, in order to get a second chance at this, every 4 minutes, I would try to click buy now. Every 4 minutes, there's an opportunity to get it. Man, see, I feel like I clicked the notify me thing again, so put it up in my bookmarks. One thing I like to do is not press the bookmarks, because when you put it in your bookmarks, you press the notify me. I feel like it just kind of lags your phone a little bit because it is reminding you it's notifying you. So that's why I like to not click that, but I guess I did click it by accident. I couldn't unclick it at the end. Let's take a look at the film here. Three, two, 1, 0, click. See that little flash right before? I was just early. And then I tried clicking again and I was late. That's the only downfall when you try timing it, is you can be just a tad late, or a tad early, I'm sorry, and then you're probably not going to get it. Boom. Like I was just early. Maybe even like just so on point. Like I should have waited another millisecond later. Oh, that's frustrating, because now you got to wait till the next drop. Like I wish you could have like one redo, one mulligan. Oh my gosh. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Oh, good luck. Alien fingers. Let's go. Shooter got one. So many L's. Tony got one. Let's go. Oh, Drew botched hard. He clicked the comic preview. That happens sometimes. So many people took L's. Tyler got a dub. Love seeing that green truck. Let's go. Johnny D, film study. Shout out to you, Daniel Remus. I mean, you got to film study. I mean, you got to look at, see what happened. See, like the reason why I think I went a little bit early is just because the last drop that you guys saw that happened with me, it just sold out right away. I think I was like maybe a millisecond late. You guys saw it was like perfect time, and it still sold out. So I feel like to overcompensate that this time, it's probably why subconsciously I just went a little bit too early. So you'll tend to notice that, like if you're late, time after time, you're probably going to be a little bit too early next time. And then now you kind of try to fit right in between. So I got a feeling next drop, hopefully it's like a blind box collectible drop, and I'm able to land it. Because like now I'm like in between, and I feel like I'm able to get that. How do I get this dang rebound? Rebound time. So every 4 minutes. So right now it's 11:03. Rebound should be popping up any second. Make sure you guys are staying on the screen. Let's see if I can get it with you guys. Could you imagine if I got that? So every 4 minutes, try to click the buy now button. K Walker, hello. Yes, shooter. Exactly. This is what I think nobody's really doing. I mean, we got 100 people here now, so maybe the secret gets out. And it didn't happen for Taps. I mean, shout out to Taps. Kind of hurt him last live stream. Shooter, this is, I think, the biggest thing. He's hitting about 20% drops lately, which is pretty solid. That's a good, you're batting 200. That's pretty solid in VeVe. I think the key is doing the refresh with 20 seconds left. I so agree with this. This is something I kind of only started doing relatively recently. I used to just make sure I didn't exit out because I felt like if I exited out, it would kind of ruin my place in the virtual line. But lately, I've been exiting out with like 20 seconds left, 25 seconds left, sometimes as late as like 15. I try not to wait that late. Mostly like 20 to 30 seconds left, I'll back out and come back in just to make sure my timer feels in sync. Sometimes when like you guys saw the one clip where my timer is racing down like incredibly fast trying to catch up. I feel like once it catches up, you could stay on that screen, but it probably won't be in sync. It'll be like half a second off or something like that, it feels like. So I'll back out, come back in, and it feels like my timer's more in sync at that point. Let's go. Another dub. A lot of people getting dubs there. That's like 5 dubs. W with your countdown strategy instead of spamming. Let's go. Man, everybody's winning right now with timing. Johnny Gate, baby. Wow, Meiji got a rebound too. Let's go, chat. Live chat killing it today. You guys are doing amazing. Got a heavy load. Let's go. I mean, we had a lot of strikeouts today too. But it looks like mad people are getting rebounds. I mean, we had probably like 5 successful drops. We just had a GameStop partnership announcement with Immutable X. VeVe just tweeted back out again. Yeah, you are playing with fire though, Paz. It's definitely risky. I wouldn't suggest everybody do that. I would suggest maybe with like, I mean, the closer you get towards 0, the riskier you get, right? The better you have a chance of having it perfectly in line, but the riskier you have of error happen and app crashing, can't get back in time. 30 seconds is pretty safe. Still kind of playing with fire at that point. Yeah, refreshed at the 33 seconds. Next time, 12 seconds. Wow, so you cut it close, but you got it though. So I think, and I've gotten it too before where like it didn't feel right, exit out of 10 seconds, come back in and get it. So that's key. Pay attention to your countdown. If you're counting down in your head, it feels slow or feels off, whatever the case may be, and you got a decent internet connection or whatever, you're not worried about crashing because the apps crash all the time, right? You're making a showroom, app crashes. It could crash on you, and by the time you get back in, the 12 seconds are gone and you miss the drop. So that's why Pav said it's like playing with fire. It definitely is. But like doing that during the Simpson drop probably would have crashed, and I agree. When there's a heavy load like that on the app, you are playing with fire. Miss Rose got hit with the ultra nothing. The secret none. Oh, yep, December. My timer went back to 8 minutes when I refreshed yesterday. It's the worst. Also happened to me before. Yeah, that's what Paz said. You know, you're kind of playing with fire. And if you don't have the best phone connection or whatever the case may be, you run the risk of that happening. Refresh gate. Yeah, it could be a refresh gate. That could be another one started. Oh, then you got one, Verena. I mean, if you have that red bar that says 1 order pending delivery, that means you got one. And Envy Assassin is getting depressing. Yeah, I would just make sure, I would just say stay patient, my man, and just realize that this is only going to be, you know, a fraction of the user experience soon. When we had the VeVeverse rolled out, there's going to be so many things to do. Again, this is kind of like the gift shop. You know, right now, this is all we have. It's just the drops. Soon, like, we're so early, this is just like the very beginning. K Walker, what do you think the MTL will do to the market? A lot of people are saying that it could, you know, hurt the market. I'm on the other hand of thinking that it's going to help the market, and here's why. It's not like I'm just saying I'm going to give reasons why I believe this. Right now, people love OpenSea because it's liquid, because people can cash out, because they do have the MTL, because you can put money in, you can withdraw money. Right now with VeVe, you can't. So there's millionaires, there's people with hundreds of thousands of dollars afraid to put into VeVe. There's people with $20 afraid to put into VeVe because you can't withdraw it. I've got friends that say, you know, I won't put in money until I can withdraw it. And I get that. That completely makes sense. So there's a lot of people who are afraid to put money in. There's this kind of FUD going around that, oh, when people can withdraw their money, it's just going to crash. We've been waiting since March, February, January until people just have the option to be able to withdraw, just to convince people it's a safe investment. You don't have to convince people, but just to let people know that it is coming. So I believe that there's going to be so much more money flowing into VeVe to overcompensate the few people that are going to withdraw their money. Obviously, the people that need some money, they may withdraw some. But again, I think VeVe is going to have steps in place to where, one, it's not a boom, flip of the switch, everybody can cash out. It's being rolled out in waves. And plus, there's going to be limits. It's not like you're going to be able to withdraw $100,000 at once. If it is, then I'll be surprised. I'm probably going to have limits, you know, daily, weekly. And the fact that it's being rolled out slowly, I don't think there's going to be much shift at all. I think the people that are selling off their collectibles anticipating a huge crash, maybe things dipped a tiny, tiny bit. There's not going to be, in my opinion, a huge crash like some people are expecting. Again, that's just my opinion. Joshua hit one today too. Let's go. Yep, you can get a rebound even if you got one on the drop. Yep, absolutely. Outdoor fishing. So you have one pending. You can go for another chance. So you have one coming up in another couple of minutes. L on 8, L8. I like that. What about L12? I want to see some W12s. We all live in a gated community. I mean, yeah, with the keys to be unlocked. Gotta go catch up with some more sleep. Yep, absolutely, December. Appreciate you for tuning in as always. Talk to you later. The secret knot. It's a fact. The ultra nun. Got Dan Trouble in the building today. First drop in 6 weeks. Never give up on my friends. Or he says, never give up, my friends. Keep at it and you'll get one. Let's go. Dan hasn't hit one in 6 weeks and he got one today. That's amazing. That's the thing, right? I mean, it does kind of get, someone said it does get depressing, right? If you miss out. And yeah, I can understand. It does get frustrating. Even I, someone who hits all the time, kind of get a little frustrated when I can't hit it. You know, it goes like 10 times in a row where I can't hit. But, you know, you just got to realize that that's a good thing for VeVe, that it's exploding that much. The demand is increasing every day. I mean, we went from just in March 1st, 10,000 total users, right? Less than 10,000 total users on the app. Now we have 20 to 40,000 new users a day. Just think about that. And it's only going to keep growing and growing. So definitely don't quit. Keep on trying. You never know when you're going to get lucky. It's one of those things where you don't even have to enter money until you actually go for the drop and hit confirm. So you can just have $0 in your account. You can just keep going for a drop. When you finally hit one, that's when you can put in the gems. So there's really not too much to lose. Hey, appreciate that big time, December. Dan Schauble for the win. That's a fact, Jerry. Glad to see him win finally. Harv got a drop. The fact that I got one drop means I did something that one time. Oh, you mean you haven't got one today, but that one time? Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to get lucky here and there. So your time will definitely come. Exactly. Green Goblin. Isn't that amazing? I think right now it's just a new topic for a lot of people. You know, digital collectibles. People seem kind of, it's such a new, think of digital streaming when Apple Music first came out. Even before Apple Music, the LimeWire, the Napster, when that first happened, there was a wild, wild west. People were like, whoa, what is this stuff? This is the new fad that's happening. You know, even think of when the internet came out. People are saying that's a fad, the internet highway. People aren't going to put their credit cards online and buy things on these digital stores. Think of how foreign that sounds now, right? That wasn't too long ago if you think about it. This is just the next evolution. Digital collecting is going to seem so obvious to the entire world in a couple years. It's going to be a lot of friction to get your physical collectibles. Now we can take collections anywhere in the world with us in the palm of our hand. That's game changing. That's revolutionary. And the fact that these are licensed with the biggest brands in the world, absolutely insane. Dan Schauble is a winner. That's a fact. Winner in life right there. I agree. Comics have definitely been a lot harder. L on the 15. Well, it's every 4 minutes. So this is a good point right here. Go for every comic drop because 6.99 gems is worth the practice at a minimum. And this is a big, key right now. We kind of are practicing. It's repetition. Repetition is a great way to get that muscle memory going. And it kind of seems silly like you're practicing for drops, but I'll tell you what, when that $400 secret rare Spiderman dropped and I was able to get it, I'm glad I had a lot of practice, I'll tell you that, because now you guys see what the secret rare Spider-Man's going for. And I got that on the drop. So a lot of these things that may sound silly, it could be life-changing. One person may say, the drops are silly and all this. What's the point of even practicing? Next person's grinding away right next to them, practicing, striking out. Then they drop the Darth Vader secret rare animated, maybe 1,000 editions. That would be insane if they do 1,000 editions still. Hoping it's like 5K at least. Boom, that person that's been striking out 30 times but had to practice gets it on that one. That could be a $50,000 collectible. So I think, just like what Dan said, the comics, $6.99 gems. If you have a bunch of gems, that's nothing. And just like Dan said too, you don't have to go for it. It's a practice at minimum. So I only use Wi-Fi. Some people say they go in airplane mode or anything like that. I'm not positive if that works. I haven't tried it. If it works, then great. But I like to just use the Wi-Fi. This is the downside. Hit Steamboat Willie out on the lake with the phone internet. Didn't have gems. Tried purchase twice and lost it. Hard lesson. So I do say if you do have gems, try to upload it beforehand. Or if you do have extra money, try to upload it beforehand to get the gems, because not financial advice, but like he said, you can miss it. So if you wait to add gems and try to get it once you hit the confirm button, there is a chance still that you could get an error screen. The app crashes when you go to add gems last minute. But if you're trying for every comic drop, most of these comics aren't holy grails right now. So it could be worth the risk if you don't want to add in extra money. At least try for these comics. I think, just like Dan said, it'll give you extra practice that way. Oh, Green Goblin Secret Rare or Falcon Secret Rare. I think both are going to do amazing. I think Falcon Secret Rare is probably slept on right now too much. So you may have, more of an ROI short term with the Falcon Secret Rare. But long term, I would have to go Green Goblin Secret Rare. But like I said, Falcon Secret Rare is super cheap right now. I think it's like $450, $540, maybe somewhere in that range. Star Wars set all day. Tomorrow's AMA is going to be huge. Tomorrow they may have 5K listeners on the Twitter space. I agree. I could see 3 to 5K easy tomorrow. I don't think that's the case. I think Falcon, but both are pretty good. Falcon, for what it's priced at right now, maybe just too low to ignore. But I did not get one today. Nope. I didn't even get one. Struck out. I wish I had a redo so bad. I hate striking out on the drops. I wish I had a mulligan. But that's why I feel so much like golf feels like, baseball. At least baseball, you get an extra strike or two, right? Or pitching, you get 4 balls. Feels a lot like golf for that reason, because when you miss, it's like shanking a tee shot. You go up to a tournament, first tee box, if you shank it, it's like, oh my gosh, I just want one redo, right? But you don't get it redo. You just got to play the ball as it lies. So it's just like this for that example, Yeah, I think they'll address a lot of topics for sure. How long do rebounds last? Great question, Austin. So I've seen people get, up to, I think, 25-minute rebounds, 24-minute rebounds, 28-minute rebounds. I think it's available as long as the market doesn't open. Just delivered ultra rare. Tony, let's go. Tony, that's my favorite cover out of this bunch. Tony deserves an ultra rare right there. Let's go over the covers on these again. Again, big fan of the common. I like the way that looks. Also, big fan of the uncommon. You know what this one reminds me of a lot? This one reminds me of the Vision, because the Vision has that black and white uncommon cover with the character like popping out in the red or whatever color it is. I think it is red too. Has like the smoke in the background for that comic book. Big fan of that one and this one too. I like the rare. It looks pretty clean, the outline, the black and white. But big fan of this one, the ultra rare. This is the one that Tony just got. I think this looks awesome. Big fan of that one. I think it just looks so clean with that like space vibe in the background. Big fan of that. And big fan of the secret rare too of this one. I think that looks pretty cool. I feel like this one has that Green Goblin artistic vibe. Looks similar to that one. L on the L's. Surprised though. I'm glad a lot of people in the chat got one. I'm glad the strategy is working for a lot of people. I'm gonna bring up these comments. Usually I don't bring up negative comments, but some of these just make me laugh. They turn into positive comments because I think everybody in the chat probably laughs when they hear this. Especially stuff like this. VeVe's going nowhere. It's a scam. I just want to let you guys know, if you're new and you hear this kind of stuff, this is why I bring it up, because I like to talk about it. I've been hearing that VeVe is a scam since Todd McFarlane Batman. There's 6,000 of them in stock, in store for retail. This guy right here. People know the price of it. I think it's $11,000 right now. It was $80 in the marketplace. People are telling me, don't buy that Batman. This app is a scam. It's going to go nowhere. And this is the time when we had less than 10,000 users. And people are saying, stop buying the Batman. It's never going to sell out. App's going to go nowhere. Well, little did they know, it did sell out. And then it was like $300 for a while. I bought a couple more. People are saying, stop buying them. This app is a scam. VeVe's going nowhere. I'm telling them that we're going to have hundreds of thousands of users soon. And they're saying I'm a moon boy. What am I talking about? So just letting you guys know, if you're tuning in now and you're seeing comments like this, just realize that I've been hearing this stuff. All the OGs, we've been hearing this stuff since Todd McFarlane Batman was less than $300. Before we even had comics on the app, right? Before Marvel even got announced as a licensor. So I like to bring these comments up just to show how ridiculous people sound. And sometimes new users, they may kind of like, get kind of scared off when they hear comments like this. But I'm showing you guys that people have been saying VeVe's going nowhere since we had less than 10,000 users. And now we have 20 to 40,000 users a day. Only Player One said we hit Elsa in traffic on a highway with T-Mobile. Wow. That's also, just goes to show you that it doesn't always mean you need the best connection. Don't waste a dime. Some of these comments, man. Comics are undervalued. Big time. Yeah, I think so, Miss Rose. I mean, I think comics are undervalued even at the trajectory that we're on right now, if things just stay the same. And they're not even going to stay the same. We're about to be able to put these comics for the first time ever on our profile, which is going to be huge. But not only that, we're going to be able to put them in our showrooms, show them off on the walls. Can you imagine what the walls are going to look like now in everyone's showroom? It's going to be amazing. Goblin, because Spiderman and the art is way better. It sounds like Guala Guala. He probably just changed his username to Caesar. He says these guys get paid by VeVe to make these bad videos. I wish I was paid. You guys would be the first one that would be, known if I was paid. Hoping one day that I could be on the VeVe team. That we do get paid one day, but some of these comments make me laugh. Got a rebound again. Let's go, Melissa. Talk to you later, Kay Walker. Appreciate you for tuning in today. I think this is a long-term good one. I mean, shout out to Comics and Crypto. They gave this one a hodl. I don't know if it's going to do too well in the short term. Like I said, I think it may be on the back burner with a lot of other drops possibly happening in the future. But long term, another great first appearance. I think it should do well. I'm not too sure in the short term what it's going to go for. You fumbled today. I did fumble big time today. And check your Twitter messages. God dang it. Fo, I will get to them. Fo56. What is your... I'm gonna have to find your... Oh, I see it. My man, I'm gonna give you a follow. Sorry, I haven't got to all my Twitter messages just yet, guys. Shout out to you, 456. Just reading your message right now. I'll respond to it once I'm done with this. gonna give Caesar the old put user in timeout. I think he deserves a timeout. Let's see here. Mini undervalued 550. I do think mini super undervalued. I think all those cards are undervalued. That's under $1,000 right now. Last question, since I'm a noob. Hey, Austin, we're all noobs, right? I mean, VeVe's just a year old, so we're all new. We're all new into the NFT space. Some people have more experience than others, right? But never feel like you should be hesitant to ask a question. Are comics going to be worth it in the long run compared to collectibles when you can subscribe to Marvel's comic service? It's a great, valid question right now. Now, I don't think there's nothing wrong with this question at all. It's actually a great question to be addressed. Now, there's a big difference with the Marvel comic service that you can, I guess, subscribe to and kind of lease these comics. You can technically read these comics on their subscription service, whatever it is. And at first, when people first heard of that, they thought, could this harm VeVe's comics? And I don't think so at all. Actually, I think it helps it. I think it helps promote it. Because here's the difference. You don't own them. There's no ownership. You can read them, sure, but you don't own them. So I think that's going to be a big difference. You don't own them. You can't resell them. There's no resale value there. So the same way we've seen apps like Ghostbusters app, you can play with their Ghostbusters car. You can interact with it. I think they have like the ray gun on there. Jurassic Park has an app. You can play with their dinosaurs in augmented reality. People got worried then. Every time something's come up, always been so much fun. And every time I feel like I'm the FUD buster. And you have to defend it. But it's true. I mean, these other apps that have the same augmented reality dinosaurs that we'll have, that's just promotion. You don't own them. There's no ownership. And that's the whole thing with these digital collectibles, these NFTs. You own them. It's like a skin on Fortnite. That's cool. You can kind of use it on there, right? The Call of Duty skins, that's awesome. You can use it on there. You're paying for it. You can use it in there. But you don't own them. And I think that's the shift that's going to happen in the future. These comics, the Ghostbusters game on the app, the Jurassic Park app, you can play with the dinosaurs. You don't own them. It's going to be like promotion for the VeVe ones, though. You can actually own and resell. So that's just like the difference right there. I do think the comics will do great. I think the collectibles will do great. The other debate is you were saying kind of like collectibles might have more value than the comics because of that reason. I think they're both going to do amazing. And the other argument people have brought up before in the past, I've been hearing this since March, that people are saying the comics are going to be more valuable than the collectibles because if you look at the collectible value in the real world, it doesn't match the comics value in the real world. And that's something that just people aren't realizing yet. I mean, it takes a lot of time for people to learn, but when you have a digital collectible, I think it's going to always have more value. And there's a couple different reasons why. That Todd McFarlane Batman physical statue, I think in March, it was about $300 for a volume 1. Then the VeVe effect happened. People start digitally collecting. They saw how important Todd was on the VeVe app. The first ever DC NFT, the first ever FA Batman in digital format, the first ever NFT on the VeVe app. That's huge. And so people wanted the physical counterpart. Because of VeVe, they went out and bought the physical Todd. Now, because of all that demand, that physical Todd statue V1 is like $2,000 now. It used to be $300. And that's because of the digital NFT. Digital collecting just gives that accessibility to everybody in the world. Now, everybody in the world who has an iPhone is a collector. Before that, with only the physical comics in the real world, the physical statues in the real world, it limits collecting to those who want to go out of their way to the store to go get that, physical statue graded or whatever the case may be, right? It's like my argument with the physical store versus a digital store. I talk about this a lot on the live streams. When you have a digital store, you're open to the entire world 24/7, 365. The amount of people all globally, right? When you have a physical store, the same store just physically, that's awesome, but you're limited to people probably like in a 30-mile radius, maybe only open 8 hours a day, maybe 5 days a week. So you're just a lot more limited with the physical. I think the digital is always going to outweigh the physical. And I think the comics and the collectibles will do amazing. I mean, VeVe is reigniting the whole collecting industry. VeVe made collecting cool again, and we all made VeVe cool. So that's kind of like one of my little sayings I like to say. Exactly. Miss Rose just summed it up big time right there. You can't own them. And they're cool to look at for sure, but you don't own them. That's going to be huge. Did not, Fist of Yang did not get anything today. Let me see if the marketplace is open. I kind of went on a little tangent there. Yeah, I love hearing FUD too. That's I love when people just don't understand yet, because it makes me so much more confident that, like, wow, we are just so early to this. Like, people don't even get it yet. Like, I just saw one thing people said, like people are always like kind of scared of that, right? Or people thought collectibles were going to be a lot more than the comics because of that reason we talked about, that service that they had. We could like kind of lease them out. Then people thought comics were going to be a lot more valuable than all the collectibles because of the physical value of them at the time. I think it's just going to take time for most people to start to learn and understand this space. That's what's so funny. That's why I like to bring them up, because our whole chat knows. I mean, I bought Spider-Man 1 last night for 178 gems. What's 178? Spider-Man 1. Oh, you mean the comic Amazing Spider-Man 1? I think that's a great comic book right there. I think under $200, that's a steal for sure. Paul said, nada today, bro. How'd you do? Nada, no luck today again. I think I went a little bit too quick. Let's talk about your hair care. I appreciate that. It's funny, man. My hair, I had short hair my whole entire life. My short hair kind of looks like my hair from this angle. It's like pretty much like a buzz cut. You guys don't even understand how long it is. It would surprise everybody. I've told the live stream, I've told you guys before. I've told the chat, once they drop Thor and 3D collectible, I made a promise with you guys that I will have my hair down. Yeah, that's a fact, Jerry. We probably will see the whole Utah Jazz team in there. Shout out to Utah Jazz. I mean, what Rudy Gobert is going to do, he was probably one of the first athletes in probably like a professional athletes in the NBA, in the VeVe AMAs, and he's going to set the trend. I mean, he's talking to his other friends in the league, right? He's probably the one got Steph in the VeVe. We might see Steph Curry in the AMA. I'm not sure on their schedule, but never know, guys. You never know. It's going to be huge. VeVe is going to be something that everybody in the world is on one day. I know it kind of sounded like a moon boy thing to say back then, but I think as months start to roll on, people are starting to understand that this is way bigger than maybe they imagined. Is buying gems outside the app illegal? Someone responded from flagged accounts. Yes, if you want to play it safe, just don't even do anything outside the app, especially right now. Exactly. We got Spidey Mitchell. I mean, shout out to Spidey Mitchell out there. That's his nickname. Yep, D-Wade is Flash. Dwight Howard is Superman. Like, come on. These guys are, they're going to have Superman. It's, the fact that Superman's not 10K kind of blows my mind. If you guys want to see something that's really funny, if you're just new, or even if you've been in here for a while, if you want a good laugh, well, Comics and Crypto just put out a great one about the people who unfortunately sold too early. It was like the prices of what they were and what they are now. If you want to go back even further, scroll down on all my videos. I think it's in my playlist of like VeVe 2021. Look at like one of the titles is like Marketplace Update. I didn't even talk in that video. I just scrolled through my phone, looked through the marketplace, and I did that for times like today or like just this year, basically. I look back at some of those prices and it literally just makes me laugh. Superman, I think, was only like $200, $250. Yeah, $250, $200. The Ultra Red DeLorean was like $180, I think. Like, some of the prices will just blow your mind. So if you guys ever want a good laugh, you can scroll down and look through some marketplace updates from way back. Oh, Miss Rose, should I sell my Marvel Comics 1 rare and gold Dragon Girl from Nightwing? Oh, it's hard for me to ever say yes, sell Marvel Comics #1. You did just pick up that rare, which was a pretty good buy. The gold Dragon Girl, I don't think it's a bad idea, the gold Dragon Girl for the Nightwing. I mean, personally, I love the way the Dragon Girl looks. Nightwing's a legendary season 1 collectible. If you could do it, maybe that's that gold Dragon Girl, the secret rare golden Dragon Girl, maybe something else besides that Marvel Comics #1. Marvel Comics #1 is almost like Todd 2.0, is how I kind of see it. Because you have Todd as the first ever NFT on VeVe. Huge deal. The first ever comic book on VeVe, I think, will be a huge deal. Especially as we see hundreds, thousands of comics on VeVe. There's always only going to be one ever first comic, and that's Marvel Comics #1. I think all rarities will do great. If you don't have commons, I definitely would suggest getting commons, even if they're high mint. I think the high mints will do good still. I mean, a low mint, I think, will be out of reach. Probably is already out of reach. See, they're about to change his name. I think he's already changed his name from Guala to Caesar. How do you tune into the AMA? Great question, Harv. So I will probably be live streaming for everybody. Let's see if the market's open real quick. Market's still closed. So the VeVe AMA, I believe, is tomorrow, right? Let me just double check. It's on Twitter. So if you guys aren't on Twitter, definitely make a Twitter account and at least follow VeVe and Nakomi. Make sure you follow their official accounts because there are probably scam accounts out there. This is the official Twitter account from VeVe, VeVe_official. And then the only other official account from VeVe is their Akomi. And I'm sure there's a fake one too, so make sure you guys follow the real one. This is Akomi_. That's the only other official VeVe account. And they will do a Twitter Spaces. That's usually when they address the AMAs. So it's February 4th, so tomorrow. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. PT. So I believe that is 4 p.m. Eastern time. I will be live streaming it. So if you want to tune into it, you can always just make a Twitter account and hop into the space. You just enter the Twitter Spaces and hear them talk. That's all you got to do. Or tune into YouTube around that time, and I will be live streaming it as well. Hey, like and subscribe. Appreciate that big time, Wolford. Austin Wolford. Getsy in the house. Let's go. Getsy, awesome live stream the other day with Rebel Duck. Awesome interview. Great to actually get to know you. Awesome Todd, by the way. Todd gang. Let's go. Cheers, brother. How amazing is that? I didn't see the actual opening of you opening the Todd. I wish I did. I didn't catch that part. But I'll have to replay it for sure. And man, what a feeling is that, right? Anybody who opened the Todd for the first time will definitely understand. It's kind of like a feeling that you'll definitely remember for a long time. It'll probably get you into physical collectibles. Now, if you do what I did and get the Rizzo after, you're probably going to be disappointed because that Todd box is crazy big. Like, it's like a real collectible. I mean, it just feels official. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Appreciate it. Try to spread the word as much as I could. And if you guys want to tune into Getsy, see who Getsy is a little bit, he just did an awesome interview with Rebel Duck. So make sure you guys subscribe and follow Rebel Duck on YouTube. How is the DeLorean not worth more, though? DeLorean's only about 1K right now. And like I was saying earlier, it was at 180. So, I mean, it's only 1K still. And I still think there's so much room to grow. But, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I would hold the Marvel one. Yeah. Oh, you have another Marvel rare, though. That's a good thing, then. I didn't know you had two of them. Great job getting two. Duplicates, key. That's why it's key, right? I mean, okay, let me revisit this question then. So, should I sell my duplicate Marvel Comics rare and gold Dragon Girl for Nightwing? Okay. Ooh. I like the fact that it's a duplicate. I think since it is a duplicate, You can't go wrong there, but it's still a tough one. I mean, you're going to miss out on the fact how amazing and how beautiful that gold Dragon Girl looks. But if that's not something you're into, you know, if you're okay with that, then I think value-wise, Nightwing should be a 5K collectible, I think. I think it will get there eventually. Maybe I'm biased because I have 3 of them. But I'm so attached to Nightwing because that was my first ever drop. I got 2 of them. So I'm the original owner of 2 of them, which is kind of unheard of. I don't know too many people that are. And then that third one was a trophy, the Fantasy Football League trophy I won. So, of course, that one means a lot to me. That was such an epic battle. So, I don't even think I can ever sell them, which kind of stinks because I would love to profit on them. But so, Miss Rose, basically what I'm saying is I think you're okay. Since you have a duplicate, you have to be okay with knowing that that rare probably is going to go up a lot, though. And that gold Dragon Girl is going to look amazing in the showrooms. But if, like I said, if you're okay with that, then maybe get Nightwing. I think you're better off holding, though. Hold it, Miss Rose. It's one of the first NFTs. Yep, I agree, Paul. It's one of those things where it's like, it's going to be so tough. I always say we're in a blessing and a curse situation because the blessing is that we get the first of everything. The curse is that we get the first of everything. Like, so it's amazing. Like the first Mickey Mouse NFT, that's going to be iconic. There's going to be all of them. Probably like 10 series, maybe 20 series, right? People are going to have all of those collections. Just saying that makes me want to get all of them. But I'm not going to be able to get all of them. All the Disney card collections, lenticular cards, all of the Batman collections, right? I'm not going to be able to get all of everything. So it's going to be so tough in the future. You know, what do you keep? What do you sell? But I think the safety is the first of things. You know, first NFT, first appearances are pretty safe too. The first comic books, the first wave of comic books, I think will be huge. Absolutely. Virtual hug, virtual hug. VeVe changed the game. Wow, amazing stuff. Punch, absolutely. And we got another giveaway coming up soon, sponsored by Punch. He won the last giveaway, and he sent over another comic book today. So we got a comic book, not from my personal stash today, but from Punch's stash. Price prediction on what, Mr. Shelby? A lot of people are suspecting that fund under the sun. Yep, Paul, I'll read the announcement. Sniffles are back. So it's about like an hour. How long am I? About 2 hours after. That's when the sniffles start. I swear it's because my vent is right on top of me. It's probably got mold in my vents. When new house. All right, so here's the announcement. Focus up for me. We're thrilled to announce that Immutable is taking another leap forward into the gaming and blockchain industry by partnering with GameStop to power their NFT marketplace. That's huge. You know, if you look on David Yu's Instagram post from a while back, he's posted some things about Sony, PlayStation. Now we got GameStop coming to NFT space, all on Immutable. I think big things are coming that are going to surprise everybody, the entire world soon. 227 mint on his physical Todd. Yeah, that's amazing. You were probably shocked. I got to go watch that video again because you open up a 227 mint. I'd be freaking out. That's so amazing. I think it's going to be pretty cheap. Joshua Churong in the marketplace. Market's still closed right now. Maybe they're waiting until everybody gets their comic delivered and then they're opening the market. I would like them, you know, I would like to see them keep doing that. I'm just going to laugh at that. That's hilarious, Jordan. I'll read it. Maybe they'll announce the AMA at the AMA a secret rare Charizard to every innocent baser. Don't get your hopes up for that one, Jordan, unfortunately. Nah, yeah. Miss Rose says, I love the Drag Girl, but Nightwing just looks sick. It does look sick. Like, Nightwing is one of those collectibles that we all kind of thought would be more valuable, and it's just kind of stayed the same, just stayed stagnant. Also, I think that's just because it's Nightwing, it's not Batman. I think for the average person in the world, they may not be familiar with Nightwing. I mean, anybody who's in the Batman would be. So maybe it kind of limits that a little bit. A lot of people already asking, how do you participate in the giveaway? How did you guys know I was doing a giveaway today? VeVe changes the game from Caesar. So all you got to do is we can start doing the giveaway entering. So basically, if you guys want to get entered in the giveaway today, all you got to do is just enter your YouTube name. So for example, Kelvin Lima would write Kelvin Lima. And then I enter it all into this spinning wheel. And then I pick out the username and the winner gets selected. Now, anybody who was entered in yesterday's giveaway will be entered again. So if you entered your name yesterday, don't write your name again for me. Like we got Jerry, Harv, Miss Rose, Cool Mo, Junior, Mikhail, Mr. Latnet, Deej is already in there, Dr. Strange, Tony. We got a bunch of people in here from yesterday. We had a lot of re-rolls yesterday. Like Deej, I know you were already entered in there yesterday. Yeah, Aaron, I'm not sure which one she was talking about, the ultra rare Dragon Girl from season 1 or the secret rare Dragon Girl. Now, the ultra rare Dragon Girl from season 1, I'm actually really bullish on, which I'm in a tough situation because I need some liquidity, and I thought about letting go of that duplicate because I have 2 of those, but it's the first premium artwork on VeVe. And if you guys haven't seen that, it's in the details of the Medium article that was released on it. Being the first premium artwork on VeVe, I think is going to be a big deal long term. You're going to get, tons of artwork in the future, probably one of ones eventually in the future. So after all the hype dies down of all these different artworks, I think, people will pay a premium for the first ever premium art on VeVe. Art is going to be a huge category, I would say, in the future. We're going to get a big time people who will be willing to pay top dollar. Again, guys, if you entered yesterday, please don't write again. Lucas Swords. Dubes is in the building. Was B Lit here? I don't think B Lit was here. B Lit is lit today, though. In the building. Yee! Giveaway. Another giveaway. Yeah, giveaways are always a good time. Sniper, were you here? Oh, Sniper, you know what's funny? You actually won, my man, but you weren't here yesterday. I feel like a couple people won. Gio, you won actually too. You won, I think, twice. Me meow. Developer X. $76 people entered. Getsy's probably entered already. Oh, he's not. You might have won the other day too, guess. Yeah, I deleted some people that were here yesterday or that weren't here yesterday and won. Paul, LA Omi Homies. Seska I just saw. 1 year Marvel Comic 1 price prediction. I just made a yearly prediction on this one in Comics and Crypto's interview a few days ago, like a week ago, I would say. I said the secret rare would hit 1 million. All the rarities are going to do amazing on that comic, I think. And I think the low mint commons are going to do extremely well. This is something that most people don't think about. You know, everyone's talking about just scarcity alone. I mean, demand's going to cause a lot of scarcity. And with the Marvel Comics #1, the VeVe team took the first 500. There's actually a lot less Marvel Comics #1 commons, 3 digits, less than 1,000 than there are secret rares. Think about that. There's less Marvel #1 comics. There's less Marvel #1 commons, 3 digits, less than 1,000 than there are secret rares. And the cover of that common is the same as the physical counterpart. That's sold for millions. So when you think about that, that's mind blowing. Most people don't even realize that. They just say, "Oh, it's just a common. Oh, it's just a low mint common, 3-digit." Well, a 3-digit common is actually more scarce than those secret rares. That's kind of crazy. Yes, sir. Stephen Lovett, you won yesterday, my man. You won, but you weren't here. We had a couple people win that weren't here yesterday. Unfortunately, I wrote 4K instead of UK. Anyone know if the market's open? Market's still closed for some reason. The Ultra Rare Dragon Girl is fire. Facts. Just led. You won the other day too. Led Jess. LA Omi Homies is already written down here, so I'm going to get rid of that. I wrote that twice. Yeah, Stephen Lovett won yesterday. It's funny. All right, almost ready. Austin Wolford. Market's open. Let's take a look. JD giveaway over VeVe drops. All right, let's take a look. Commons are at $18. There's 145 available. Uncommon 62 available, going for $30. 41 rares available, going for $69. 30 ultra rares going for $180. 17 secret rares going for $600. Yeah, those are good ones. Daredevil's a great comic right there. Daredevil #1. No, absolutely, Scott Davis. You're 100% right. And I do believe that's going to happen. I mean, we already seen Logan Paul say he's invested in Omi. I think it's only a matter of time before Logan and Jake really come out with videos talking about VeVe, NFTs, Omi token even more. I think it's all going to happen. I could see one day even being, on the Impulsive podcast one day, talking about my experience and, everything that's happened and unfolded. I think it's a long-term haul for this comic. Comics and Crypto did give it a hodl. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, maybe a long time for it to kind of appreciate big time in value. If you entered yesterday, I definitely have you. Let me take another look. Invisible Friends, Twitter 400K. I do have you. Yep. Camille, Sniper with the sad face because he won yesterday and he wasn't here. Yeah, because I definitely thought Sniper's usually in the building, so I was like, Sniper won, but he wasn't here. Yep, that was the case. Jamie C4132. Melissa Tozar. A couple more lagging here. Livewire 1-5. I got 86 people entered. Someone may not win. I mean, I'm sorry. That doesn't make sense. The winner may not be here just because we have 75 people on the stream, 87 people entered. So we'll see what happens. But shout out to everybody who's. Oh, I'm filming myself right here. Shout out to everybody who's entered. We're about to give it a spin for the giveaway. Again, this is from Punch. We got a Dark Hawk Common. Shout out to everybody. Let's go. And the winner is Sway Collects. Sway Collects in the building today. I haven't seen him. Everybody who's entered, we're about to give it a spin for the giveaway. Again, this is from Punch. We got a Dark Hawk Common. Shout out to everybody. Let's go. And the winner is Sway Collects. Sway Collects in the building today. Shout out to everybody who's entered. Let's go. I'm glad he was here today. So it's always kind of frustrating when, I go through the trouble to write everybody's name in. I go through the winner, and then like the first 3 people aren't here. So let's go. Shout out to you, Sway. No re-roll gate today, unfortunately. Invisible Friends, 400K. I mean, your name's here on the list. It's pretty obvious, too, where yours is because it's such a long name. Let's see. Oh, it's in the very beginning. Let me just take a picture. Your name's right there. Invisible Friends, Twitter, 400K. It's a pretty long name there, but let's go. Shout out to Sway. All right, so Sway Collects, what is your VeVe username? We got NFT fungible, wonderful, non-fungible, wonderful in the building. Shout out to It's Wonderful. Let's go. Pineapple Gang in the house. Let's go. Should have joined a little bit earlier, my man. I would have put you in the giveaway. It's all good. Throw some pineapples up in the chat for Pineapple Gang. Let's go. But let's see here. Where is my man? All right, Sway Collects. What's your VeVe username, my man? I'm gonna send you out a Dark Hawk comment from my guy Punch. Also, let me shout out Punch. This is his Instagram. Punch approved. Focus up for me once. We got a notification. Focus up. All right, it's not focusing up. Punch approved. That's what his Instagram account name is. Big fan of the show, big time supporter. Always, gives back to the community. He won last live stream on the giveaway, so he wanted to donate another comic book. So we got the Dark Hawk, Sway 92. Let's go. That's an awesome username. 90s baby. Let's go. Shout out to 90s babies out there. I see a Sway 96, Sway 22, Sway 82, Sway 92. No profile picture, my man. Sway 92. Just want to make sure, double check. You have no profile picture. Correct. No, it's all good, my man. No, you're good. Sometimes, people just run out the building real quick. Sometimes you're in the building. I mean, we're always busy doing different things. So I know you don't mean anything by it. I think when I said I was frustrated, I think that's not that like I'm frustrated in you. It's just, it's always better when the people are here. That's all. Let's go. Shout out to my guy, Sway 92. 90s baby in the house. Hey, we getting punched some followers up there. I mean, that's what it's about, right? Sharing the love with the community. Also, guys, if you guys aren't following my guy since you just joined right now, it's wonderful on Instagram. My guy APB texting me right now. Shout out to APB. We got It's Wonderful, ITZ, and then Wonderful on Instagram. Nothing's focusing it up for me right now. But he's about to drop an album soon. Not sure when it's getting released, but you guys are definitely going to want to check that out. Your boy has a couple features on there, but the entire album is going to shake up the whole NFT space. Let's go. Sway's a bot. Could you imagine? That would not be a good look right there. Album is crazy. Let's go. We need a date. When's the date? When's the date? Or no leaks yet. No leaks. Can't get a drop date yet. It's coming soon, though, so make sure you guys definitely, stay tuned for that. Take a look. Be on the lookout. Get ready for that. Gear up. Get your ETH ready. I'm not a bot, guys. Promise. Sway Collects. Go by your YouTube username. You look not like a bot, so. Hey, let's go. Oh, you know what's crazy about that date right there, brother? That date actually means a lot to me because my birthday is the 16th, and a week after my birthday, a couple years back, the same place where you used to perform all the time in Elizabethtown, or Elizabeth, New Jersey, not Elizabethtown, but Elizabeth, New Jersey. What's that place called again? It's always on the tip of my tongue. I always forget. But I performed for the first time in my life at that place on the 22nd a couple years ago. It was 2/22/20. And then like a week after the 22nd, obviously everybody knows in 2020, the Rona hit and we had the shutdown. Something space. The movement space. That's what it is. The movement space in Elizabeth, New Jersey. So that was the date right there. February 22nd in 2020 was the first day I ever performed ever. And it went amazing, honestly. It was the first time ever. It went exactly kind of how I thought. Killed it. The movement space. That's it right there. Unbelievable. So, yeah, it's crazy. If you guys don't know, that's the same place where Pineapple's performed forever. I mean, I think he grew up making music, and he's definitely performed there a whole bunch of times. And probably like a year right before I started performing there, where the first time I did, he was there all the time. He used to be wild in there, bro. Pineapple Gang came out back then, I feel like, right? Showed me a couple of clips. But just wild, though. That date stuck out to me. I was like, wow. Something magical about that date. I don't know what it is, man. But that whole time was wild because that night, right after that, I came back home. It was probably like 3 a.m. I was on such a high on life because like it was the first time I performed. I was like, whoa, this feels incredible, right? I was on such a high. That same night, like 5 a.m, I made the song in my prime, like right in like 30 minutes. And that's probably one of my best songs I've ever made, to be honest. Just the energy and kind of like reflecting on that, I was like, whoa, I was able to use that energy from that live show and put it into that song. That's why that song is like, it gives you that good vibe, the energy. And I think it's because I was living off that, the vibe of that performance. Let's see here. Man, my nose is pretty congested right now again. Yeah, it's about like every 2 to 3 hours I get stay down here. One tap work today. Let's go. Shout out to Jake Hill. Got it today. Yeah. I'm going to go over the prices one more time in the market before I get off live stream today. Man. It's like running, but it's like clogged at the same time. Strange, but all right. So the common, there's 255 available, going for $18.99 right now. The uncommon going for $22. The rare, there's 67 available, going for $68. The ultra rare, there's 44 available, going for $158. And the secret rare going for $573. I don't. I wish I did. I don't know who that is though. So one thing I'm going to look at, because the prices seem like, I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like there was a little bit, the supply was a little bit too low in the market. So I'm coming back here and I'm looking. And if you guys aren't sure or how to do this, you can see how many are still left to be delivered. And usually, if there's a lot left to be delivered, the prices may dip a little bit more. So you can come back in here to the original countdown screen and you can scroll all the way down. Now look right here. It says on the commons, 9.3K of 20.9K left to be delivered. What that means is if you got a comic on the drop, you may not have yours in the account yet. You're still waiting to get yours delivered. Half of these still have to be delivered. So once this number gets to 0 and all of them been delivered to everybody's account, we'll see a lot more most likely in the market for sale. That's when the saturation happens. The price is probably undercutting. People are undercutting each other. Price kind of works its way down. Once these are all delivered, that's usually where the floor is on the bottom of the bottom of the market usually hits. And then prices will maybe tend to work its way up after that. There's 2.2K of 4.9K uncommons left. I mean, we'll go to the rare, 952 of 2.2K left. It's about half, a little bit less than half to be delivered still. But prices are pretty cheap right now. We'll see what happens in the future, if the prices come back down or not. But I'm going to be signing off. The congestion's getting pretty bad. For some reason, like every 2 to 3 hours down here, I keep getting all congested. New house, one new house. When Omi takes off. But all right, guys, I'm going to be signing off. There is going to be more drops coming this week, I would say. We don't have too many details just yet of what's happening. They're probably going to save the announcement for either later today or maybe in the AMA tomorrow. Definitely big news dropping tomorrow. So if you guys aren't sure, what's to come, you guys are anticipating some big things to come, make it a Twitter account and definitely join the Twitter Spaces tomorrow. There's a lot to go over, and I'm sure there's going to be probably about 3,000 to 5,000 people in the Twitter space tomorrow. The Akomi team will be having their AMA. AMA just stands for Ask Me Anything. So tomorrow in the Twitter Spaces, if you guys want to hear from the Akomi team themselves, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. PT. I will be live streaming it as well. I'm sure a bunch of other people in the community will be live streaming. So if you want to tune in to anybody else during the live stream, if you guys had enough of JD, tune into some other people in the community as well. But I definitely will be live streaming as well. So stay posted. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm signing out. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out, fam.